Hi, this is Maxine, Kaye, and yoga from the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. Well, earlier this evening, suddenly the power went out in the middle of an amazing rainstorm. Oh my gosh, it was exciting. It was quite beautiful, actually. So we had candles, as many candles as we could find, and we lit the candles. And when you know when something like that occurs, you never know if it's going to take place for 10 minutes, an hour, half a day, 3 days. These things have happened. It's uncertain, very much like our times are uncertain. And how wise we are in preparation for such events, to have candles, to have an opportunity to continue doing whatever needs to be done, even though we probably aren't going to be connected to the internet. We may miss some things that we were planning to do on Zoom or whatever is important to us. But what's truly important to us is to stay based in faith, to find those candles that we light. And they're always there. We have a great supply of them. There is so much uncertainty going on, not only with the virus, but with the unrest. And it's understandable. We have peaceful protesters speaking out against what needs to be spoken out against. And we are allies with people who have been mistreated and abused in so many ways for such a long time. And it's so discouraging to see what happens sometimes toward the end of those protests that are peaceful, when suddenly there's a whole different element come in and do mischief, do damage. We have to keep those lights shining brightly. And it's beautiful to see a light in the midst of this terrible upset that's gone on. And for good reason. We understand the anger. We understand the frustration. We need to be allies to people who have not had the privileges that people like I have had as a white woman. And in being those allies, one of the greatest things that we must call upon is the light within that is never extinguished. So we deepen our spiritual practices. And while we deepen our spiritual practices and we pray and we meditate and we practice kindness, we also must take this light that is within us all out into the world, joining hands, joining hearts, doing what is ours to do, whether it is sitting in prayer and meditation, whether it is standing with people on the steps of a courthouse saying this is not right. We know better. We must do better. So we don't know, just like when the electricity goes out, how long it might be that we'll have to come up with greater faith, clearer vision about what is next for all of us, for a world that is just, and a world that is healthy, a world that is peaceful and loving and compassionate and wise. We don't know how long. So that's why we have to keep plenty of candles around. That's why we have to keep our lights shining brightly. Agnes Sanford was the wife of an Episcopal priest, and she was known to be a wonderful healer. And she wrote a book called The Healing Light. And in that book she said, we walk into another person's darkness with our light only long enough to bring that person out from the darkness. So we do not stay immersed in fear, negativity. We keep our lights shining so brightly that we can enter in with courage and confidence to dark places and lead other beloveds out with our light. Bring them into the light as well. Yoga is quite relaxed. Yoga understands that she is completely loved, that she is embraced in the arms of her mother. We need to find ways to dip deeply into our divine nature, to feel the divine embrace, to know we are safe, to know that the light continues to grow brighter and brighter. How? Not only as we take the time to go deeply within and connect with that perfect presence which is always there, but even more so by bringing that light out into the world so that others may be touched and warmed and renewed and encouraged and motivated by it as well. It's one light, it's God's light, and that light dwells within every sentient being. So, join me in this light, join me in being an ally, and in righting the wrongs, and bringing a greater sense of justice to this world. Everything that's happening right now is creating an opening for a whole new vision of a beautiful new world to be. And I choose to be a part of it. Don't you? We're so happy to connect with you tonight. Reverend Mike will be doing a love note tomorrow. We invite you to go to our website, check out our other love notes, as well as our archived Sunday morning live stream celebrations, and to join us for the live stream celebration this Sunday, starting a whole new month. So tune in, be with us, and while you're on the website, look to see what other events are coming up. We have classes and we have joyful, fun things as well. And we implemented a new activity last Sunday that will be continuing, and that is our social hour afterwards. Remember the social hours at our center? Do you remember how we used to join together for coffee and refreshments and chat in our lovely hospitality room and browse through the bookstore and just enjoy each other's company? But we can't do that right now, not yet. But we can connect on Zoom, on a Zoom call, following our Sunday morning celebration. And whether you happen to tune into that celebration on YouTube or on Facebook, you can catch either of those by going to our website, which is cslphilly.org, and be with us for some time after our celebration on Sunday. And while you're there on the website, well, you can also find a place to make a contribution to keep our beloved center alive and thriving, so that we will be there in person at the right time when we are all gathering again. There's another area of uncertainty. We don't know how long it will be, but we know it will be. So thank you for being with me tonight, with us tonight. It's just a little bit past Yoga's bedtime, so I think I better tuck her in now. Thank you all. Talk to you